infrastructure is now a concern for almost every facet of infrastructure in this country. We are all too used to manhole covers being stolen. There were so many reports from 2020. Eventually, sometime in 2022 and 2023, it hit Abuja, and it hit Abuja hard. Residents of Abuja were complaining manhole covers were just disappearing every single day. Now, if you've never been to Abuja, the reason why that is such a problem is that a lot of the road network in Abuja is paved, right? They're all tarred and everything. So imagine a smooth road, and then we were meant to find a manhole cover, right? Covers have been taken, and so you find some people sometimes falling into curbs, manholes for sewers where they're meant to be covers, no covers. People are driving over, and sometimes at high speeds, right? Their vehicles tend to have a bump, and sometimes they lose control. At the Niger Bridge, the old Niger Bridge, and even the new Niger Bridge, vandals started to pilfer some of the heavy metals. The braces used for that particular structure were taken several times, not once, not twice. The old Niger Bridge experienced vandalization on such a level that at some point, both the state and federal government back then, in Anambra and also in Delta, had to come in to intervene. They had to even mount security at those points, the intersection between Delta State and Anambra State. The Niger Bridge, as you know it. It's become one of the worst, if not the worst things to happen in Nigeria. My question this morning, should you choose to answer it, is what is the reason for vandalism thriving in this country? Polls vandalized. Last year, Bayelsa suffered the ignominy of being the only state in Nigeria to go through 7 months of blackouts. The whole state. Yes, up north, in the northeastern part of Nigeria, Kano was experiencing, similar challenge with power generation. Oh, vandals have done this, done that. But the whole state of Bayelsa was without power last year for 7 months. A terrible scenario. Now, whilst the world was busy with, who dey PDP, who dey APC, who dey Jude Party, we've had vandals go through telecom infrastructure. They've gone through healthcare infrastructure. They've damaged the roads because obviously they've pilfered a lot of the manhole covers. They are now specializing in attacking the power infrastructure. Now, parts of Ozoba, parts of Ada George, parts of NTA, Rumelumeni and Rumekini will not have power for a few days, if not a few months. Only God knows when they are going to be able to fix this. And all of this is because vandals took it. No, it's no longer it's the brothers and sisters that we have from the northern part or the middle belt part that are pushing wheelbarrows, are carrying it. Yes, they have been found culpable. This is no doubt about this. But the scale of vandalization goes beyond just a few individuals who are pushing wheelbarrows. Look at the gates. Look at the barbed wire fences placed on almost every bridge in Port Harcourt. There are only a few left in place. And I mean only a few. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's just Rumokuta, right? Almost every other place has been taken. Why? Who? What exactly is making this thrive in this country?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
With Jude on 92.3 Nigeriainfo.
017-923-0002, 017-923-0007. At Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH. WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. All right. And as always, please, when you call in, turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. Didn't see or hear, please make no mention of it. And very importantly, please keep your conversations civil. Zion is on the line from GRA. Zion, good morning to you, please.
For now, you can't do anything about vandalism.
Why?
The security agencies are no longer intelligent enough to carry out their responsibility. The political leaders are not educated enough to handle their country. What do you expect? You cannot put nothing on something. There is even an adage that said that when the cat is not around, the rat takes over. Look at the present economy of this country. A lot of people are jobless, idle, and hungry. And look at this other side from the business perspective. Businessmen are desperate to make money and to cash out. I stand to be corrected. If there are no buyers to these materials, there will not be vandals to that materials. So where are the buyers? Where did they come from?
Good question.
These so-called materials, okay, you have observed, they are vandalizing these. So, okay, let's take the manhole covers, for example.
Zion, please hold your thoughts, right? I would advise you to call us back after the break, all right? Braid is in GRA as well. Braid, good morning, please. Could you call back after the break, please? Thank you.
All right.
All right, thank you very much. We're back after this break, please.
Stay with us.
Now, between 2002 to 2000 and today, which is 2025, right? Communities, areas around Rumosi, Ozoba, and Choba have witnessed no less from what I was intimated with, right? No less than 10 vandalizations on their installments. That's on their power installations, rather. So on their transformers. In most cases, the armored cables were stolen. In most cases, armored cables were stolen. And so after 6 months or 8 months, they fixed it. The transformer goes bad. Boom. It takes another 2 months or so for the transformer to be fixed. The minute the transformer just sits down and is getting comfortable, somebody comes or a group of people come and then they carry the armored cables, plunging that area into darkness. Now, of all the crimes being committed in Nigeria right now, and there are a good number of them, right? From politicians, who lie, steal, kill, and destroy, to doctors who are falsifying documents and helping people to facilitate the theft of babies, to drivers who are involved in one chance, to media practitioners who lie about, whether they did not see or they saw or no. These people, did they carry ballot box? We cannot. Look, there's a lot of crimes, right? There are a lot of crimes going on in Nigeria. I personally think that the worst are those individuals who intentionally place an entire state, an entire street, an entire community in blackout for no other reason than they want to go and steal the armored cable. They want to remove the upper arm. Isiokpo has not had light for over 2 years now. Over 2 years. Isiokpo doesn't have light. Big LLA, last year they were complaining, we didn't have light for 3 months. And how much do you sell these things? See, let's be honest. Patak, patak, as we say in local language. Patak, patak. The armored cables, they sell them. It cannot be more than 10 or 20 million naira. How much would you feed on for 20 million naira? That is worth 300,000 people, sometimes even more, staying without power, having their food go bad, having to spend sometimes as much as 10,000 naira a day to fuel their generators. The local government chairman, they are sitting there, their hands are folded because of some law that says, power generation is the exclusive list of the federal government. The federal government has not done the proper thing, let's be honest, for a very long time, has not done right by many Niger Delta communities. And then the small light that they have, somebody now goes and pilfers it. That's not a crime. That's evil. That's wickedness. It has to be said. And no, I'm not speaking because it's paining me and much. No, if you go to some of these communities and you see the quality of life that they experience, just because somebody decides to go and sell power lines. Last year, you people were complaining, these telecoms, they're wicked. They're increasing tariff price. Have you seen the installations that have been vandalized? Who sold them? Like the first caller said, if there was no market, there would not be vandalization. When this thing started about 2 decades ago with manhole covers being stolen, concern us, a few people fell inside gutter in Ugbowo. Now, it's a plague.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
Well, so Ibi's on the line from Port Harcourt. We have Brady in OGR. So Ibi, please go on.
All right. I wish to comment on the incidents of stolen metal pieces, armored cables. It is a general failure in security, policing, however you wish to put it. But one thing I also wish to inform the Nigerians is that it is not peculiar to Nigeria. Just a short while ago, I watched a report, a documentary on the copper war.
Yes.
In South Africa. So the issue is we are unable to tackle what they call the pen. That is when things are stolen, it is given over to what in a crime palace is called pen. Until we are able to dislodge these pens, these people that receive stolen goods, and we won't be able to tackle it, because if there's nowhere to sell, nobody will steal.
Nobody will be okay.
So that is it.
So thank you very much. So it raises a very good question, right? If there's no market to sell, there won't be any market for anybody to buy. Now, a very good case. Excuse me, please. I need my microphone turned up, right, so you guys can hear me very clearly. I think you guys are, but let me just be on the safe side. Now, a very clear case, and this is an indictment on most Nigerians. Most Nigerians have bought, are buying, and will continue to buy stolen goods. It is not an accusation. Some of you go to certain places. You want to buy a second-hand phone, used phone, UK used phone, American used phone, Gombe used phone, China used phone. But and you hear the ridiculous sums, particularly when you know, right? Somebody's selling you a 2023 model phone or 2024 model phone, and the person is telling that this phone is 150,000. Even when the person is even selling you the phone for what might seem like a fair price, but because there's no proper documentation, you know that this thing, it be like I said, a TFAM, yet you go on and buy. I've said this on this platform before. A good number of the vehicles you are all driving are stolen vehicles from the US, stolen vehicles from Canada, stolen vehicles from Germany, stolen vehicles from Belgium. But you're comfortable. But now they are stealing your livelihoods. They're not stealing your livelihood. They are stealing your lifestyle right now. 92.3 Nigeriainfo. Good morning. Good news is in mile 3.
Yeah, good morning, my brother. Man.
Good morning.
I've heard your lamentations. Now, talk about the vehicles being stolen. How do we know when you go to pay to a dealer to give you a vehicle and you buy a vehicle and it's got fair use? How do you know it was stolen? When the papers are there from custom, police, everything is intact. You don't know. I don't blame such persons who buys that. Come down to the issue of transformer we're talking about. My own community, my own transformer precisely, has been stolen. It has been vandalized 3 times. 3 times. The day hand will catch that person, police no go see an eye. I am telling you. You can imagine the transformer is just behind that Wiz mobile filling station. You can imagine when the wires we bought ourselves, the posts we bought ourselves, the fuse get back to put by ourselves, and we try to see if we could lobby the power holding to give us steady light at least 18 hours, and they drag them to 10 hours that we should pay. Then suddenly, when something happens, maybe there is a pole fails, or rainfall and pole fails for 2-3 days, they have not fixed it. Suddenly, the amount cable will cut. They will steal it. The one when we use them pipe, this PVC pipe, poured cement, bought on that one, fixed it and sealed it. Do you know that these wicked persons still came and cut the short part just between that ending part of where the cement stopped to the mouth of the transformer? That is not up to even, how do I put it? Not even up to one hand. The hand, not the total arm, just one hand. They just cut 1, 2.
I took it away.
The community is
in darkness.
That we struggle again to fix it.
But that, once again, that's the. I don't think this is not greed. This is evil. Ezekiel from Ubumini. We have Patrick in the chair. Ezekiel, good morning to you.
Good morning, Jude. Jude, I started having the dividends of my family logistics since I caught a man who was stealing my goats for more than 5 years. In the year 2023.
5 years, he was stealing your goat.
Exactly, which is more than 18 goats. But I caught the man 2 years ago.
18 goats.
Since then, my dear, I can now be proud of multiple and generation to generation goats because this man pointed at the butcher who was persuading him, instigating him.
Oh,
for him.
Wow.
I don't know if you're getting me.
Loud and clear.
I took this man to my community hospital and they were treated as such and signed everything and promised that.
Oh dear. No, please, Ezekiel, we need to hear this gist to its finality. Patrick from Eche, we have Braid from OGRA. Patrick, go on, please.
Yes, Jude, I greet you.
Good morning.
I'm Adi Patrick, I'm calling from Eche.
Welcome, please.
The vandalization of electric cable is where I want to stake on. Like my community, Afara community where I come from, they have vandalized all the electric material in that place, especially in the transformer. The transformer cables, that armor cables that supply to the transformer are being vandalized. Even the oil of the transformer is being poured out. So my question is, who are those people vandalizing it? And who are the people sending them? If people that don't know the value of those things, will that buy it? People that are triggering them to go there is people that know the value of those things. And they are responsible for those things. I've said it before and said it again and again, that the NEPA people are responsible for all these things because in my community, Afra, where I come from, I am the youth leader of that community. We have called the NEPA people, we are with their vehicle. We are there, we are vandalizing our electrical material. We call them. And we have to assemble them to our hall. What I'm saying, he has to investigate it. I am saying the truth. And I have not seen any effort up to now.
Have you, wait, hold on. Now, this look, we are all up for exposes and revelations, but there are steps. Patrick, did you report to the police? Did you record them and say, oh, let's go to the headquarters at Moscow Road? Oga, are these people your staff members? We caught them doing ABC that I was wrong.
Yes, we have engineers in the Afra community who took care of that. Okay. And Afra is a place you cannot mess up and go free. They have sent them to, they handed them over to police station.
Okay. All right, Braid, thank you very much. Let's hear from Braid, please. Braid, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Chief Comrade. I am Braid.
Welcome, please.
Yes, the truth is that it's security lapses that is causing all these issues. If not, if there is a buyer somewhere, that motivates that person to remove those things. So what is the security agencies? What are their intelligence? Now, I want to talk to you. Station Road, where we have the monorail. As I speak with you, most of the roads are started in removing. Very close to one popular company, where you see trailers always parked around that place. And we also have vans. Are you telling me that there are no CCTV cameras within those vans to ensure that those people have been captured? Because those things, it is not just somebody that can just stand on the floor and remove it. From the up monorail, you have to use something and climb that place. And there should be intelligence reports.
And those things will make noise when they're being removed. Now, are you saying people don't hear when they're being removed?
That is the major concern, because at all times there are trailers there wanted to load one thing or the other. And I feel that before such things should be removed, they will clamp that trailer before they can get to that monorail. So
I see.
What is the security? What are their duty in this country? Must somebody come and report to them that those monorail rods are started being removed before they will take action? And if you look at the manholes. If you start from Creek Road to Station Road, it will marvel you that almost all the manholes is being removed. And it puts motorists into danger.
It does every day.
So it should be a sort of concern to our security agency.
No. They rather take a gunje on the road. Walter on the line from Lukwaku. Walter, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Yes, this is the vandalization of electrical parts and so on. I've been reporting on air from Obirikwere, the one, the late, this man from Ishobo, the one he connected from Obirikwere to Ishobo.
Okay.
I've reported. Jude, do you know that one chief was responsible for all these things? One chief from Omagwa, I'm telling you, Omagwa, he's now with police. They caught him, one chief from Omagwa. All those vandalization from Igritali. You see, God doesn't sleep. Like the one from Igritali to Omagwa. The one that this man that empowered their people, G Grant. You see one motto they write G Empowerment. That man from Omagwa.
Yes.
He bought those motto for his people. This man connected light from Igritali to Omagwa. Do you know that this man was responsible for all these things happening? They caught him. He's with police now. One chief from Omagwa caught me. I'm telling you, Walter. He's with police custody now, as I'm telling you. So God doesn't sleep.
So Walter,
this man will send all these people, these Aboki people, they will collect all this wire, NEPA people. Some of them are responsible.
Wait. Now,
Jude,
Walter,
what is happening?
Wait,
now,
Walter.
Omagwa have been on black. They don't have light.
So wait, Walter. Wait, Walter. It's good to hear, and I'm very sure we'll ask questions about who this person is. It's good to hear that yes, one person was caught. But the real question is, why does this thing still happen around? What is making people go to vandalize PhD installation, telecommunications masts? They will remove people's manhole covers. They remove barbed wire. They remove windows in secondary school. What is happening?
Well, I don't know what is tormenting them now. I don't know what is tormenting them. I don't know. They know. Like this, I'm telling you that a chief is involved. Investigate. I don't know what is tormenting them.
All right. Walter, thank you very much. Walter says he doesn't know what's tormenting them. They say torment. Some people don't like to see you happy, apparently. Now, Jude, please start the PhD that they should ask number 14 to 16 Bonny Street by Degema to help me beg PhD. Since 4 days now, we never see lights for new road. Ada George. This isn't fair at all. It's not like there's any vandalization or anything. It's just pure wickedness. Who sent this? Belema? It's no wickedness. There was a vandalization. That's why parts of Ada George, I said this when I started the show this morning, parts of Ada George, Rumosi, Ozoba, right? All the way to Mbaraja, Rumoke, right? You don't have power now because the lines along Obirikwere Bridge were vandalized. In fact, there's even a report, I've not verified, there's even a report that somebody was even burnt whilst trying to touch those installations. So, Belama from Ada George, please, and anybody who's listening to us, right? If you're in Ozoba, right? If you are in parts of Mbaraja, or down to Ozoba, down. I think parts of Choba are even affected right now. You will not see light except something seriously good happen. And I mean, they will have to move mountains, right, to fix, because it's a high tower that was vandalized. So they will have to get the cables and all those things back in place. I'm hoping, I'm really, as I'm talking to you right now, I'm hoping that, the TCN people, the PhD people that are listening to us right now on this program, I'm hoping that they can expedite that particular repair. But for how long, how many places would they repair? All right, so moving on. Come on. Now, where do the street light committee buy these materials to replace that was stolen? Are they also patronizing vandals? My brother, this question you've just asked is a very good question. It's a very good question. And to be fair, it will be hearsay from you or from anyone to insinuate that when power communities from the various streets and local governments want to go and replace vandalized armored cables and the whatnot, they go and buy stolen lines. I'm very sure that there are proper electricity companies, where people can buy these things. But like somebody alluded to, there is a copper war right now. In South Africa, their installations are also being vandalized. But the question is, for these other countries, and I have to say this, I think it is evil. I think it's evil. There are poorer countries than Nigeria where you don't get to hear that they are vandalizing installations, power installations, even where they are fighting wars. Do you know how absurd it is? Do you know how absurd it is that in the intense period when Israel and Hamas were going, see Hamas, what's the other group? Yeah, Hamas, not Hezbollah. Hamas were going hammer, tongs, and thistle literally about a year and a half ago. In the heat of those things, they had power. I had a friend who went to Iraq, of all places, about a decade ago. This is after they've done Operation Desert Storm, they've bombed places. They had power in Iraq. But here, people are selling your lifestyles. 017-923-0002, 017-923-0003. All right. At Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us. Bye, Festa says, good morning, June. See, for over months now, we the residents of Rwanda, we have not had power due to the fact that the transformer exploded. Then after the contribution was made for the transformer to be fixed, as it stands now, the PhD have refused to link us to it, saying that we should pay for those months. Okay, that's another complaint. Good morning. The reason is because the perpetrators are treated as sacred cows. They go about destroying people's farmlands and killing people in their communities. Herdsmen and terrorists have dealt with Nigeria. Henry Ohaji from Aba. Henry, thank you very much. All right. I want to condemn in its entirety this issue of vandalization of public or government facilities, whether it be PHCN, electrical installations or other facilities. For morality's sake, such is senseless and should be stopped. Howbeit, let's keep watch over what we have in our own residential areas, jealously guide and protect them. Cheese Light from Mumukushi Pipeline. Cheese Light, I wish your sentiments could evoke the kind of reactions that you want, because we do need those type of reactions. I remember there was a place I was residing. We woke up one day. Obviously, transformer went by. The transformer is always behind each. They'll come. My friends will call it. They'll come and do patch work. Right? They patch doing so that this diffuse bomb panel change board. But one day the transformer say it don't do. It packed up. After about 3 days, they fixed it, right? As the people were leaving, 2 nights later, there was a very heavy downpour. As the floods and the water receded and everything, we woke up and found out that the armor cables were gone. Entirely just taken. Were gone. They held the security men that day. I don't even know if they released them.
Nigeriainfo. Right back after this.